I'm Professor Pi. Welcome to my daily mathematical adventures. Hey, don't forget me. I'm Cowboy Rufus. I'm your favorite student. Today we need to talk about the properties of a trapezoid. This is GCO.B.6 and G.GPE.B.3. I can memorize and use the properties of a trapezoid. Memorize and use. That your memorization test will be the next time we're together. You will have 25 true-false questions about the trapezoid. They're the same 25 true-false questions you're getting about the square, the rhombus, the parallelogram, the trapezoid, the kite. My video, of course, will go here. If you don't understand trapezoids after you watch my video, you've got 3 more better videos you can watch and learn about trapezoid. First of all, the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the bases added together times the height. This might look very familiar to you because a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. How many bases does a triangle have? 1 at the bottom. Now, pretend that this used to be a triangle. And all I did was cut it off right there. The bases are parallel to each other. Base 1 and base 2 are parallel. The other 2 are called legs. They cannot be parallel. If they were parallel, you'd have a parallelogram or a square, a rhombus, or a rectangle. So we have 1 set of parallel sides, but not 2. So pretend there used to be a triangle here. Triangle was up here. All we did was cut it off. What's the area of a triangle? 1/2 the base times the height. What's the area of a trapezoid? 1/2 the sum of the bases times the height. So if this base were 12 and this base were 20, and let's say the height is 8, it would be 1/2 12 plus 20, which would be 32, times 8. Get out your calculators. You can find the area of any trapezoid. That's the formula. 1/2 the base 1 plus base 2 added together times the height. A median of the triangle would be, median of the trapezoid would be halfway up. If you went from where it says leg to leg, halfway up each one of those sides, that line would also be parallel to base 1 and base 2, and it's called the median. And it says triangle here, but I think we need to change that. Now, the median of a trapezoid is a line parallel to both bases and halfway up each leg. So once again, if the top one were the bottom one was 20 and the top one was 12, what's the average of 20 and 12? It would be 16. If you drew that median in here, it would be 16. A trapezoid could be isosceles. That is, the 2 legs could be equal. The bases could never be equal. But the 2 legs that are not parallel could be equal. If they are equal, then the angles, of course, from equal sides, we've learned this with triangles. If the sides are equal, then the angles opposite them must be equal, which means these top 2 angles would be equal. Not all trapezoids are isosceles. Many trapezoids look just like this with no actual markings to prove that they are isosceles or anything else. A trapezoid could also have 1 right angle. How many right angles do I have? I got 2. A trapezoid could also have 1 right angle. It might have 2 right angles. So let's put that in right because that might be misleading. A trapezoid could have 1 pair, could have 2, or 1 pair of right angles, A right angled trapezoid would look like this. These two angles could not be right angles. If they were, we would be talking about a rectangle or a square. Now, here are the properties of a trapezoid. Everything we study in this chapter has 4 sides, 4 angles. So that would be true. Everything we study this chapter has 360 degrees inside. You don't believe me? Draw a square, add up the 4 90-degree angles. You'll find out it's 360. Everything we study in this chapter will also have 360 exterior angles. 1 at each angle, add them up, 360. Then about a trapezoid, we have 2 pair of parallel sides. No, we don't. That would be a parallelogram, right? How many parallel sides did we have? Only 1 set of parallel sides. So put a Y there. That's the only thing that's true about a trapezoid. So let's put zeros all the way down. Now, if you have to guess on the true false, I would guess false. When we get the trapezoid test, there will be more false questions than there are true questions. And that's what we know about a trapezoid. Hey, each day, Professor Pi wants to make sure that you got this right before you go home and memorize it. So we're going to compare your chart with my chart. I got 4 sides and 4 angles. Well, yeah, everything we study in this chapter got like 4 sides. 360 degrees interior. I have a Y. I got a Y at 360 exterior degrees. And Professor Pi made me put a Y here on the only 1 set of parallel sides. And everything else on my chart's got a little tiny 0 because it don't count about no trapezoid. Make sure your chart matches mine and then go home and study for that test. Thanks for watching another Professor Pi video. Yeah, y'all come back tomorrow. Cowboy Rufus and Professor Pi will teach you something new.